him.
Hello there, and welcome back to the sJusticeLeague channel. Before we begin this video, please consider subscribing, and if you enjoy this video, please like and share it. It doesn't take long, and it helps the channel a lot. Zack Snyder's Justice League is the movie I am most excited for this year. There are many reasons. 1. We know we are definitely going to see it on March 18th. And there are no risks of it being pushed back as it is set for a home release. 2. We're finally going to get to see Zack's true vision for his Justice League movie. And 3. Jared Leto Joker's returning. Okay, I'm joking here. On a serious note, I am really looking forward to seeing what they do with the Joker character in this movie though. It should be quite interesting. This is going to be the first proper Batman and Joker live-action interaction since The Dark Knight, and that really excites me. I mean, you can barely call the car chase in Suicide Squad a proper interaction between the two. In case you aren't aware already, Zack Snyder was working on 2017's Justice League when a family tragedy occurred. This was an incredibly stressful time for him, as after Batman v Superman, Warner Brothers were pushing for Zack to make his Justice League movie more like your typical MCU movie and to divert away from his established plans. Long story short, Zack decided he needed to support his family, stepping down from the project. Warner Brothers shortly announced that Joss Whedon would take over the project, and a few short months later, disaster struck.
I know, Mother, you've waited too long for the Unity. I know, but you will feed.
People are difficult. They require a lot of focus. They have like a rhythm that I haven't quite been able to... Like brunch. Like, what is brunch? You wait in line for an hour for essentially lunch. I mean, I don't know. People are a little slow.
Something is definitely bleeding.
The movie was a failure. With 10% of Zack's original footage being used in the movie, huge script rewrites, and a clearly mismatched tone throughout. It was quite frankly an abomination. Fans fought hard for years campaigning for the release of the Snyder Cut, and their struggles prevailed with Zack Snyder announcing in May of 2020 that it would release on HBO Max in 2021. I think what is so important to me about this movie is that fans rallied behind Zack because they cared. They truly cared. Fans don't want corporate Frankenstein's monsters of movies, People who truly care about cinema want to see the director realise their story and tell it in the way that they want. Taking a director out of a movie is like taking the soul out of the movie. It is not the same movie anymore. So, since we are less than a month away from the release of the film, let's highlight some of the key aspects of the film that I'm really looking forward to. This is in no in particular order, just in case you are wondering. If you do not want to know anything that could potentially spoil the movie, then please click away, though I don't think that anything I'm going to say should really surprise anyone. I mean, Zack has been telling people and teasing these different things over the years anyway, so I don't think it's going to be a big deal, and there are still a lot of surprises left to come. Ever since the sequence depicting a post-Darkseid world in Batman v Superman, many, including myself, have eagerly wanted to learn more about what has happened, and what is going on. How has Batman survived? What has he had to do to ensure this, and what type of person has this made him become? I want to learn more about evil Superman. Who else has survived this future? And how are the Justice League going to stop this from happening? Again, after Batman v Superman, with an older and more experienced Flash making his way back in time to warn Batman of a terrible future, I cannot wait to see the time travel sequence in this movie. The Flash was one of the characters who definitely suffered the most in the theatrical cut, and I cannot wait to see his character development, how he differs in this version, and hopefully for some questions to be answered. I'm also looking forward to no jokes about brunch being included. We don't want any of that. I'm also looking forward to see his relationship with the other members of the League, particularly with Batman and Cyborg, as they are both characters that are in the Nightmare sequence with him. I think most people can agree that Cyborg was the character who suffered the most in the theatrical cut. Much of his backstory was stripped away in the theatrical release, and it was quite clear that Ray Fisher simply didn't have any opportunity to properly act. Zack Snyder has gone out to say that in his movie, Cyborg is the heart and soul of the film, and so I am incredibly excited to see Ray Fisher's true performance as the Cyborg character, Victor Stone, as well as his important role in the movie. Steppenwolf from Joss Whedon's Justice League movie could very well be the worst movie villain in comic book movie history. Genuinely. From the terrible character redesign, clearly incomplete and hideous CGI, and the lack of true motivations and personality, Steppenwolf feels like nothing more than an NPC in a video game. There was completely no substance to him. In this movie, there will be more villains. These are Darkseid, Desaad, Steppenwolf, and Granny Goodness, though there may be a few more minor characters, and a few of those I mentioned don't play large roles in the movie. From the Snyder Cut trailers, we can already see that Steppenwolf looks much better than he does in the theatrical release. I'm looking forward to seeing the relationships between the four villains mentioned in particular, and to learn what is motivating Steppenwolf in the film. Superman's story in the DCEU has been one that I am thoroughly invested in. Kal-El's introduction as an outcast and loner in 2013's Man of Steel, with a very human character study of the Kryptonian, was not what everyone was expecting, but for me personally it was very engaging, and I feel that it added a lot more depth to the character. I am looking forward to seeing where Snyder takes the character in this movie, how he copes with his resurrection, and what role the events of Batman vs Superman are going to play in the movie. I also cannot wait for the new version of the flight sequence from Man of Steel that has been teased. That was easily one of the best moments of that film, and I'm hyped to see how Zack is going to try and one-up himself. Also, Henry Cavill completely embodies the role of Superman. There are many more things I'm looking forward to about this movie, but I think these are the key ones. I will sign off with this quote from David Ayer, the director for 2016 Suicide Squad, Yet again, another movie that was butchered by studio interference. While this movie has its own backstory that I'm not going to explain today, I hope that you can see why I felt it was important to include this quote. Movies are fragile. They are like dreams, haunting moments that run from your vision. They have their own logic and truth. If you change the destination after the trip is complete, is it still the same journey? A director holds an invisible compass in their hands. It guides every shot, every performance. That compass points to the destination. If the destination changes, did the journey even happen? Thank you very much for watching this video. These types of videos take a lot longer to make, as it takes time to plan them out, write a script, record, and then there's the editing process. I would greatly appreciate your support, so please like the video, comment down below your thoughts on Zack Snyder's Justice League, and please hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with more of these types of videos, and more. I've been your host, the sJusticeLeague. Take care.